Hey guys, this is a overview of my MaxJax lift, two-post lift. I have had this for probably going on 4 years. I had it in my old house, and it is portable, so I brought it with. The only thing I had to do to move it was took the old anchor bolts out, and I just hammered the old anchors through into the concrete, and I got some Quickcrete and just filled in all the holes and sold the house. So I brought the MaxJax with me. I've actually modified it more since in my new shop than my old house. The first thing I did was I got rid of the power cart because I really did not like the cart, that stupid cart, like parked in front of your workbench. My third bay isn't the hugest garage out there, so having that power cart right here, right in front of the car, I'd have no room to get around it. So first thing I did was mount it on the wall. I actually just used this plate that came with the power cart. Took the handlebars off, and I mounted what is this, two, I think it was what, 8x2. I mounted it to, these are studs here in the wall, and I just mounted it to the wall, and then I used some lag bolts. I got some 2x4s back behind the angled bracket, and I just used lag bolts to go through those 2x4s and into the 2x, I think it's a 2x10, and it might be 2x8. Yeah, it might be a 2x8, and I think, yeah, I got 10 feet of that from Lowe's for like $10 or however much money it was. But anyway, mounted it to the wall. The other modifications that I've done to the lift are actually just replace these. These are a no leak fitting that I found on Garage Journal, and what was happening was the old Chinese fittings, well, unfortunately that's where the lift is made, they weren't like like oozing. They're like would slowly drip over a couple days. Like I'd clean it, a couple days, come back, it would have just enough to drip down onto my floor, and I had a drip tray under here, but I got rid of it. I moved it. So I got these. These fittings were probably $65 because there's male, female for one set. I actually haven't replaced the set on the post yet. They're just not leaking. I probably should, but as of right now, they're not leaking. So, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So, I added these fittings, and then I added these 90-degree 3/8. Was it PTFE? Or NPT. I think they're NPT 90-degree fittings, just to get the hoses, pointing down toward the ground. Because my old shop with that stupid cart, right here, I would trip over that all the freaking time. So, 90-degree fittings, the Italy made non-leak fittings, and then I mounted on the wall. That's really all I've done this for this part. I also actually added, this is a hose I got from, I think it's like Discount Hydraulics Direct or something. They actually will sell you a custom hydraulic hose by the foot, and they'll put any fitting you want on it. So I think it was $20, maybe it was 30. I think I got an extra 10 feet because what I did was I had to go back around the corner behind my bench, and then it comes out here next to my air compressor, and going to the second post. Some people run them up the wall, up the ceiling, and honestly, I really just don't want to stare at them. If they're on the floor, I've got some black race deck on here. It lays perfectly flat. I've never tripped over it. Excuse me. And yeah, I just haven't had a problem with it. Oh, and I added another set of those 90s to the post, because like I said, it just helps get the hydraulic hoses pointed more toward the floor and are a lot less of a trip hazard. This install, I actually ended up using epoxy. I drilled the holes and used the epoxy kit from Wedge It. I actually have some of it here. Give me a second. Sorry. It's an inject tight all-weather formula epoxy. This has a shelf life of a year. I actually ended up running out of. I ordered one kit. I think it was 2 or 3 bottles, and I actually ran out. So I ended up because what had happened was I put the anchors in, and one of them I tightened down, and then you're supposed to test it 24 hours later. It loosened right, like it came right out. So what I ended up doing was replacing that anchor, and I had to go buy like 3 more bottles of the epoxy and put it into the hole, hammer down the anchor, and I haven't had an issue with them. And they've been set up since October of last year, so 8 months, 7-8 months or so, and like I said, I haven't had an issue. The last mod that people do for these lifts that I've seen are people who actually will drill more holes, because you got the 2 holes at I guess 24 and 36 inches high. People actually will drill more holes on the lift. I wouldn't go any higher than this, but we could drill one here and drill one down, I guess here about 12 inches up. And I've seen people do that. I haven't bothered. I really just haven't needed it. But yeah, that's overall review of my MaxJax and the stuff I've done to it. My old garage, I had about a 8.5 foot ceiling. This is about a 9.5 foot ceiling, so I don't think I'd fit a full size 2-post in here, but I already had it. I wasn't gonna buy a new lift because I already had one. But overall, I'm fairly happy, and I've used it to put a blower on my Corvette. I dropped out the whole drivetrain and replaced the clutch. And so, it's a pretty versatile tool. The other thing I'd recommend with the MaxJax are I got this as an oil tank from Harbor Freight. It's kind of dirty, it's old, but I think it was like 30 bucks. Use that 25% coupon and get it for cheaper. And the other thing I did, as you can kind of see in the background, is the transmission jack. I'm not sure Northern Tools sells it anymore, but what I did was, that is a Northern Tool Red Ranger, red something. I'll post it in the video, in the subtitles, I guess, what brand transmission jack that is. I ended up cutting the bottom like 12 inches off and mounted the legs, because it won't fit under the 48 inches of lift height with the MaxJax. So, but yeah, I used it for my transmission clutch replacement in the Corvette, and I've had no issues with it. Oh, where are those? Yeah, these are Greg Smith equipment, short, tall jack stands. Kind of a weird name, but definitely recommend you get at least 2 of these. The only problem with these is that they're expensive. Like shipping, I think it might have been 180 bucks per unit, and then it was like $80 shipping because they're freaking metal and they weigh a lot. That's my only complaint. Oh, and the hardware is not American made, so I had to replace a few bolts with some grade 8 because they stripped when I was actually assembling it. But other than that, get 2 or 4 of those. Get those 90s, like I said, and get the Italian fittings. That's what I would do to maximize your MaxJax and have 0 issues with it. Thanks for watching me babble for however long this video is, and have a good day. Thank you.